Well, the FSA has evolved a lot over the past 7 years, but one thing that hasn't changed is their refusal to accept Bashar al Assad as Syria's legitimate leader. I'm going to ask Yaser this question to you. What does the future hold for FSA? If at all there is an agreement reached, if at all the political positions are changed, where is FSA headed?
Well, it's important to point out that the latest iteration of the FSA right now, it's something called Jabhat Tahrir al-Wataniya, or the National Liberation Front, and these are the consortium of factions that comprise the FSA at one point, but are mostly in Idlib, and they're really the counterforce for HTS in Idlib if they were given the chance to fight them, and they have a very clear position vis-a-vis HTS. And they're also present in areas like Euphrates Shield and Afrin. They definitely have a potential role to play. Things have to be very clear in terms of a strategy and in terms of what their main ally has in mind. And for example, in order for them to actually start a serious offensive against HTS in Idlib, that necessarily means that there will be a number of there will be another potential refugee crisis from Idlib towards Turkey and beyond, towards potentially Europe. You'll see that there have been a number of steps taken towards the DDR process of these types of factions. And as such, there has been a lot of investment in ensuring that that process could potentially take place should we reach a political deal that will mean some form of integration of these factions within a larger military body. I don't know if that answers your question, but
well, it does to a larger extent. But I'll put this to Murat as well. Do you think with U.S. withdrawal, FSA could actually play a role in getting rid of YPG and PYD? Are they capable to do that?
Well, with Turkish support, they are doing their operations. And regarding playing a role, they have already been playing a role. I mean, from 2011 onwards. Without FSA presence, Turkey's Euphrates Shield operation, the Afrin operation would not be possible. I mean, they were the ground force, actually, supported by Turkish military. So they can play a role, yes, but not, I don't think, would you agree, Yaser? I don't think it would be across Syria, but in certain parts of Syria.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's where their presence is right now, and these are the areas that they can function within. And I don't think, I mean, nothing in the cards of Syria future shows that there is a potential military confrontation that, you know, outside of these areas that we're specifically talking about, save, for example, maybe in the south, where you're seeing a little bit more of disgruntlement by the factions that engaged in some of the temporary ceasefires or some of the deals or agreements that they had with the Russians in the south. Maybe there that could play, they could play a potential role in the future. But other than that, I don't see anything.
Can I add two sentences? First is that the backbone of Free Syrian Army is actually they are former Syrian army officers. So that's the backbone. So they are not aligned to Syrian system. Secondly, now they have a chair, I think, towards Geneva. And Mevlut Çavuşoğlu, Turkish foreign minister's statement in Qatar a few weeks ago, answering a question regarding acknowledging Assad, he said, if there's going to be an open and free elections, we can consider. So this was the first time. Then Turkish officials started to repeat that.
Yaser Tabbara, Murat Yetkin, thanks very much for being on the show.